Hello, everyone. This is the Parks Academy, where we discuss and celebrate all things theme parks related. We focus mainly on Disney parks and resorts in both Anaheim and Orlando. My name is Paige.
My name is Steven.
And today we are doing another This or That episode.
Last time around, Paige asked the questions for Disneyland.
I sure did.
And she did a good job. She stumped me a few times. But this time, I thought I would get a little bit of, it's not really revenge because there's nothing to get revenge on, but we're going to do her favorite park and see if she can have some big choices here. And so I'm going to do a This or That for Animal Kingdom.
Let's go.
And I've been thinking about doing this one for a while. Actually, since we started these, I've been jotting down ideas as they come in just for different parks. So hopefully we can get through a handful of parks and things to do in Disney because these have proved to be pretty fun.
They are really fun.
So, and hopefully if you play along at home, that's cool too because it spawns on discussion. So.
It does.
All right. Are you ready for your first one?
I sure am.
Okay. So you can only go to one. You have to pick between 8 Spoon Cafe or the Rainforest Cafe.
This one's easy. Hands down, 8 Spoon Cafe. There's no question.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You looked like you had opinions.
No, I'm with you. I don't love Rainforest Cafe. So I'm actually with you on that.
So just to explain a little bit, Rainforest Cafe to me, I love the atmosphere. I love when the thunderstorm comes. I know it is upsetting for children sometimes. They get really freaked out by that, but I think it's so fun and it's very nostalgic for me. My family ended every Animal Kingdom day by going to the Rainforest Cafe. So it holds a huge place in my heart. However, if I were to only be able to eat one thing in my Animal Kingdom day, it would absolutely have to be the mac and cheese bowl with pulled pork, pickles, and barbecue sauce from the 8 Spoon Cafe. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We've posted it before and we've talked about it before, but that is why I'd have to say the 8 Spoon Cafe.
I'm with you. Plus, it's actually not, I feel like the value too at 8 Spoon Cafe is good because the baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork you're talking about is under $7 for that, which is a really good deal. They also have jelly donut sandwiches and all kinds of stuff. So their menu is pretty limited, but it's something that you're going to enjoy things that are different than what you would typically get. And like a Rainforest Cafe, it's you can go there. I mean, I feel like they're kind of ever declining out in public. You don't really find them as much anymore, but
they've disappeared from every mall in America.
Yeah, right. But still, I would rather get something more unique. And even though it's a limited menu, it's really, really good. In fact, I pulled up their menu for 8 Spoon Cafe, and their most expensive item is a Corona Extra for $8.75. So it's affordable. I mean, I think it's more like a snack stand, but it's a great lunch place. So I'm with you. Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Next question. You can either go to, or you can only pick, It's Tough to Be a Bug or the Festival of the Lion King.
Oh, well, I'd have to say the Festival of the Lion King, but it's really hard to give up It's Tough to Be a Bug. However, Festival of the Lion King, in my opinion, is the best show in any Disney park, so there's no way I'd be able to give it up. And I know that you have a different opinion.
Yeah, I find both of those experiences upsetting for different reasons. I don't like the way that I get poked and prodded and abused on It's Tough to Be a Bug. And I don't really like the animatronics for Festival of the Lion King really creep me out. Like the Simba that comes out from one of the corners is just not I just don't like it.
You don't love Matthew Broderick talking to you in the form of Simba?
I do not, no. So I would have to go with It's Tough to Be a Bug, even though every time I'm on that ride, I'm like, or that show, I'm like, ugh, I know spiders are going to come down at me and it's going to be weird, but
it's so fun.
It's more fun for me anyway. And I like the thrill of it all. It doesn't feel like I'm waiting for it to be over. So
breaks my
not
heart.
That that's how I feel about Festival of the Lion King. I didn't say I'm ready for it to be over when I get in there, but
that's kind of how you feel.
A little bit.
Okay. That breaks my heart. However, thank you for enduring it with me.
Okay. So there is 10 questions. Do you want the third one?
Let's go for it.
Hopefully these will get harder as we go, for you anyway. And I hopefully we will have a little bit more to say about them, instead of just having a definitive answer. So, okay, here's the third one. Rafiki's Planet Watch or Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. You can only go to one of them.
Oh, okay. I know most people would be like, Paige, the obvious answer is the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. But in Rafiki's Planet Watch, there are several hidden gems that I really enjoy, and other people might find them boring.
Is that the one where the petting zoo there?
Yes,
Yeah.
the petting zoo is there. That is actually my least favorite part of Rafiki's
No, I agree.
Planet
I
Watch.
just couldn't remember where it was.
But that is also where you can observe the vets working with the animals. And that is where my love for Animal Kingdom started, was when we saw a turkey getting a golf ball removed from its throat.
Where did it get a golf ball?
I don't know.
And why was the turkey golfing?
I don't know. But I saw these vets working on this turkey, and I thought, that is what I want to do with the rest of my life,
Yeah.
is save turkeys from golf balls. And I ended up not doing anything with environmental science, but that was my dream as a child. So, due to the fact that they have very cool scientific things, conservation, you get to see all of those amphibians and reptiles back in that room over by where the vets are. And there's the animation experience.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
we did in Disneyland, and we loved it so much. And I'm so excited to go and do that next time we go to Animal Kingdom, the animation experience there at Rafiki's Planet Watch. So, to everyone who thinks I'm crazy and is like, this should obviously be the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, which is fantastic and amazing, I'm actually going to say Rafiki's Planet Watch.
I think that I am going to agree with you on that one. For one reason, I obviously, like, I think it is, I don't know, it is cool to see the gorillas. That's definitely fun, but there is, to me anyway, Rafiki's Planet Watch is really interesting. I've only done each one of those one time. But to me, I guess, in a way, the Gorilla Falls reminds me a little bit of the Jungle Trek over in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like you can choose one or the other, and I would rather do the Jungle Trek. So I think that Rafiki's Planet Watch is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And there was and I think, like, you're more likely to see his character there, like the costumed character of Rafiki around there. They have the indoor area with a lot of interesting stuff, like the vet and all that kind of stuff that you said. So I'm with you. I think that's smart. I like that one.
I think everyone listening to this is going to think that we're insane people, because I know several people who really can't stand Rafiki's Planet Watch, or they just want to see it redone to something else.
Well, that's why we invited you to play along at home. And if you really don't like it, you can, start your own show and talk about which one you'd rather do.
And tell us what you think.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. I'm hoping these get a little bit harder.
I think that one was fairly hard.
Was it hard? Okay. All right. You can only go on one. Like, we go to Animal Kingdom for the whole day. And you can only go on Expedition Everest, or you can go on Dinosaur.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I think...
Do you want my answer first?
Well, I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm going to say Expedition Everest.
Right. That's what I thought. I actually went several years of my life without riding Expedition Everest, because I thought I went upside down the first time I rode it. And I'm pretty sure I blacked out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not go on it for probably 6 or 7 years after that. So I think just because I have given it up before, I would say Dinosaur and give up Expedition Everest. But I want you to realize, like, that was a very tough call.
Yeah.
It was
a very hard decision.
I'm not choosing Dinosaur way above Everest. I'm just saying,
if you had to choose which one you wanted to go on. Yeah, Dinosaur's okay. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite attraction there. And I would actually say and argue that Expedition Everest is my favorite attraction in Animal Kingdom.
Is it your favorite attraction in all of Walt Disney World?
It's definitely up there. I would say it's like top 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things I love the most about it is, as you are, climbing up the mountain before you, kind of actually get into the ride and stuff. I love the view you get from going up there. And Dinosaur, it's very neat, and it's very, very fun, but you don't get a view. It's just a little bit less thrilling to me, even though I'm sure that some people would say it's scarier. Dinosaur, that is. But yeah, Expedition Everest, I would pick that one
I think
100% over.
they're pretty equal in terms of the scare factor, which I think is what made it such a good this or that.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty comparable with that.
I just also think that without the Yeti, it takes away a little bit of the scare factor because I'm not afraid of shadows. And that's what you get in that ride is a big shadow.
Yeah, but going backwards in the dark, I think that's scary, especially if you're talking about families.
Yes.
That are going. Because I was young when I rode it the first time, and that's why I thought I went upside down.
Yeah. Although, like you said, I mean, it could definitely be argued that, like, going backwards in the dark versus being screamed at by a Tyrannosaurus Rex is pretty equal. And I'm not afraid of going backwards in the dark, but, you know, I'm sure a lot of people would be afraid of getting eaten by
a T-Rex.
By a big dinosaur.
By an animatronic dinosaur.
Yeah. All right. So that was number 4. All right, you ready for question number 5?
Alrighty, let's go.
Yeah, we're going kind of quick, but when we did Disneyland, I felt like we were going really fast too. And then as things went on, it did slow down a little bit because we had more to say. Okay. You are going to Animal Kingdom for the day, and you only get to do one thing, and you either get to choose to visit the Nomad Lounge and have lunch there. Let's say like you get a great seat and you know you're going to have a good time at Nomad Lounge. Like you can sit outside and everything's going to be great. Or you can only visit shops and like shop there. So you can either eat at the Nomad Lounge and hang out, and let's just say the meal's free, just to add a little bit of extra luster to the question.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can visit shops, which you can't do both.
Mm-hmm. I think I'd rather shop.
Really?
I think I'd rather shop because the Nomad Lounge is fantastic. The ambiance is great.
Yeah.
I love just sitting there, relaxing in the middle of the Animal Kingdom day, taking a load off. It feels a little bit more secluded. The whole park of Animal Kingdom actually feels like less busy and congested than the other parks.
Right, right.
But Nomad Lounge feels like a little bit of a retreat even within Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And so it is a place for relaxation and enjoying some good drinks and kind of like snacks.
Yeah.
However, I love shopping.
Yes, you do. You really, really do.
I just like spending money, I think.
I don't think that's it. I just think you like accumulating things, even though you spent all day like cleaning out your closet and getting rid of bags and bags of things.
But
that's how we make room for more things.
Exactly. I think I just like buying stuff. Like retail therapy is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so Animal Kingdom, my favorite park in all of the Disney parks, shopping, getting to buy Animal Kingdom specific merch. I love the safari stuff.
Yeah.
Like give me all of the safari themed Disney gear. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, I guess that would exclude you from like pins and lanyards and like all kinds of fun stuff like that, like ears and t-shirts and things.
And
so I guess that was kind of a stupid question to ask you because I probably knew what your answer was.
It wasn't a stupid question because Nomad Lounge is amazing. And if you guys have not been there, definitely try to check it out on your next trip. It's fantastic.
My thing is that I'm a window shopper. You know, we've talked about this. I only like to just look, and I will buy things every once in a while when I'm in a Disney park, but it's certainly not frequent. So I would rather eat something really great and have, let's just call it an all you care to enjoy experience at Nomad Lounge instead of doing any shopping whatsoever. But that's just me. I mean, it's to each their own.
To each their own.
That's why they have shops and restaurants and why you are not limited, actually.
Exactly.
Who would have thought? Okay. Now, we're definitely, all of these ones, I think, are going to start getting a lot harder. And one of them in particular, we're going to have actual discussion about. It'll kind of put you on your toes a little bit, I think. But not this next one as much, because this next one supposes and says that we go to Disney World for a trip.
Okay.
And you either have to go to Animal Kingdom every single day that you're there. So let's say we got a 3-day trip booked. You go to Animal Kingdom every day. Or you do not go to Animal Kingdom at all.
I'm only going to Animal Kingdom.
Are you serious? Every day? No Epcot, no Hollywood Studios?
No.
No Magic Kingdom, no nothing?
When I say Animal Kingdom is my favorite park, everyone, I mean it. Like, I could sacrifice the other parks for Animal Kingdom. And I know that I probably sound crazy on this one, too.
A little bit, yeah. That is kind of crazy.
I don't know. Disney is amazing. Every park has so much charm and magic within it. The attractions, the entertainment, the food. Every single park has so much stuff that feels so special. And I would never, obviously these are hypothetical scenarios, so I would never actually
Because
have to give them up.
And that would be insane to go to a park and or like go to Disney World and just go to the same park every day.
However,
That'd be nuts.
That would feel like more of a vacation to me because it is
That's true.
the most relaxing park.
Yeah.
And I could spend one whole day not riding any rides and just looking at animals and going and getting good food.
Yeah, that's true.
I could spend one whole day going and chilling at Rafiki's Planet Watch and watching the vets.
Go see the new Finding Nemo show or whatever.
And see the Nemo show that's back up and go to Festival of the Lion King like 3 times and sit in a different section every time. And this sounds like Steven's nightmare.
My gosh.
But that to me is so relaxing. And I could shop and eat at all the different places if I go for 3 days. And then I could spend one day and just ride all the rides. And I could ride the Pandora rides like all day long.
So yeah, I would definitely go with not going at all. But one thing we can consider is like if that was asked about like Hollywood Studios and Galaxy's Edge, for instance, where I either had to go every day or I didn't go at all, I think I would have to choose not going at all.
Well, remember in our last episode, I actually asked you if you would rather do Galaxy's Edge and no other park or any park except Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland.
And I think I said Galaxy's Edge, didn't I?
I think you did.
And you kept your receipts on that one. Yeah, I think you're right about that. So maybe I have to change my answer.
I don't know.
Yeah, boy, I thought that I was here to stump you, but in fact, you stumped me.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah, how the turntables, as Michael Scott would say. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not going to Animal Kingdom every day. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, that's not you.
I like it, and I do like to go when we visit, but I'm not going every day. So
yeah, I would, but that's just me, and everyone is allowed to have their own opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready for this next one? This is question number 6.
Okay.
Wait, 7? This is 7. Okay. Yeah, this is 7.
How many?
We have 10 in total.
Got it.
This is 7.
Okay.
Okay. So this or that for Animal Kingdom. They have a new space available. Let's just say they're going to open up a new area in Dinoland USA. And you have to pick which one it is.
In Dinoland USA, or they're tearing it down and replacing it?
Like it's obliterated, it's gone, and we are going to completely redo it.
We're replacing it.
Yeah,
Got it.
Goodbye, good riddance.
Okay.
Here comes a new space.
Okay.
All right. So, and I mean, it can be like as amazing. Like Joe Rohde runs the whole show. He's heading it all up. Like it's going to be tops.
Mm-hmm.
Australian Open, Australian Outback, Australian Open. That's something else. Australian Outback or South America.
Ooh.
As a land.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Really
Imagine
good.
the possibilities with an Australia section or even a South America section.
Kangaroos everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. One of the attractions is boxing a kangaroo.
My first thought went to Survivor for some reason, and I was trying to think about...
Yeah, the one season out of 42 that they filmed in Australia.
Yeah.
So I will, while you're thinking about that a little bit, when I wrote this down, I was thinking South America because you could do, we've always said they need an up attraction.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the perfect place to have it.
It would be. Without,
I think, taking away from the actual area and the conservation and things like that.
Right.
Rainforest, beautiful plant life, incredible animals, storytelling, tiebacks to IP. So that is an option. But Australia, you could still have so many cool things that honestly a lot of people would never have the opportunity to experience in their lives.
Right.
Living out. South America is a lot easier to get to than Australia for most people.
100%. Right. Yeah, so that is a really tough one because I think that South America, you could do so much more with it in terms of Florida's going to feel tropical. Yep. It's not going to feel like a desert. So if you try to simulate the desert it's just not going to happen. Now they do have Africa, and it still does feel like Africa,
Yeah.
but it's humid.
Hmm.
But I think simulating like the Amazon rainforest or something would be so much easier than being like, here is another dry area with kangaroos.
Yeah.
Look, that being said, it is my lifelong dream to go to the Irwin Zoo in
Mhm.
Australia. And so I think if they even could like do some partnership with that and try to have some of the same types of animals and maybe have, you know, a portion of the funds supporting the animals out there in Australia, something that could give back, because I know Disney is a big on conservation and
Mhm.
helping the animals, and not just having a zoo where these animals live in cages, but having them
Yeah.
live in environments that feel natural to them,
Mhm.
and that the vets and the people on staff take really good care of them. So, oh man.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about last week. We talked about Hershey Park and like the seal show they have,
Mm-hmm.
and how I said like I don't really know how they're treating those poor animals, but Disney is one of those places where like I actually have a very, very good feeling about how all the animals in Animal Kingdom are being taken care of and looked after.
Right. Well, and we've
They're very
watched
transparent
several.
about it.
Right.
which is
We've watched
nice.
several documentaries about it, and I follow some of the vets on Instagram.
Of course, right? Of course,
Because that's normal.
it's not, that's what it's for. I mean, if they
Well,
have an
right.
Instagram, you know,
Right.
whatever.
So it's just, I don't know. I trust them to take care of the animals, and I think if they did a really cool partnership or something with Australia, that would be neat, because like you said, it's something that people would not typically be able to go
Yeah.
see.
They
any
would
other
need like a
time.
giant spider room with all the big spiders and
Oh,
crazy bugs and stuff, where you can
nope.
just like be in there.
Like
It'd be the equivalent of
massive
like
ones.
yeah, exactly, like the ones that are just like big nope spiders, or they had spiders like falling out of the sky, flying spiders. I think they had a couple years ago in Australia or something.
Yeah, where they were just it was like raining
yeah.
spiders and
Oh
their
my
webs were
gosh.
falling. Yeah,
I would personally go
Um,
with South America though.
yeah.
if I
I
had to
take
choose.
I take back my Australia answer, because
Yeah.
we have enough spiders in our basement.
Yeah, exactly. I've been like fearlessly trying to insulate our basement better, because bugs get in and spiders are like free buffet, so they come in.
We
It's
have a
crazy.
zoo here. So,
South
yeah.
America for me though, 100%.
I think South America would be more. It would feel more authentic if they did that.
Okay,
So that is the rationale behind South America.
look at you go. Perfect. All right, that was a fun one.
That was a good one. Very good question.
Okay, here we go. You have to do one. Like, there is no going back. You absolutely have to do one of these things when you go. So you either have to watch Flights of Wonder, the big terrible bird show, or you have to go on Cali River Rapids. Like, you have to go on one of them. And these are like your two worst things, like getting wet without really, like getting splashed in the face and soaked without much control over the situation, or having to face a bunch of birds during a show.
What is that attraction called? It's not called Flights of Wonder.
It's not?
No. What is it called?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let me look this up. This is terrible radio. Flights of Flights of Wonder.
No.
Are you sure? Was that what it used to be called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it was replaced by Up a Great Bird Adventure, but it's the stage show with the birds.
Correct.
Yeah, it was called Flights of Wonder. So
I would rather ride Kali River Rapids.
yeah, really?
Yeah, I'll just duck if I go under the waterfall. I hate water rides. I've said this before. I'd never ridden Splash Mountain until I met Steven. Don't like water rides at all, but I'd rather ride Kali River Rapids than go see some birds.
I don't think that the birds bother you though. I think that they're
No, I know they don't bother you. They're just kind of like talking to you about the birds.
yeah, they're fun.
I love animals. I love conservation. I just don't
Feathered
like birds.
Friends in Flight is what the latest
That's
map
it.
says. I googled it because for some reason I thought that that's what it was called, but it was called that at one point.
That was the old one.
Yeah, it's
right.
to me it's kind of like how I always mess up, like either whether it's Mickey's Fun Wheel or Pixar Pal Around.
Or like Downtown Disney.
Yeah, so there's some names that have changed so much that it's like kind of hard to keep them straight. So forgive me for that one.
It's all good.
That was
It's
my
all
own
good.
blunder. But yeah, the show with the birds, the 25-minute bird show.
I'll pass.
You're pass on that one.
I'll take the rapids.
I think that I would I would also go with the rapids, but not because I don't like either of them and I'm choosing the lesser of two evils, but because I actually think that water rides are very fun. And the bird show would be great, but I'm not a big show person, so I would rather go on Kali River Rapids for sure.
Additional reasoning,
Mhm.
25 minutes of enduring through birds
Yeah.
or 5 minutes of enduring through rapids where you're not getting dumped on all 5 minutes.
What are you afraid is going to happen?
I'm not afraid
the
anything's
show?
going to happen.
Like with the bird show, what do you think is going to happen?
I just don't like birds.
Yeah. Like as
It would-
a species, like you just think they're terrible or you're like afraid of them or
I just don't like them.
Okay.
I like a very small handful of like sweet little songbirds.
Yeah. And like only a couple of birds within that entire
Yeah,
genre
I have
of
like
birds.
2 favorite birds.
Yeah, like 2 birds. And
Like-
we only see them like once a week in our backyard.
Actually, I like woodpeckers.
Woodpeckers are cool. They don't bother you unless they
Yeah,
hit your head.
they're
Like
pretty-
jump on your head and
they're
get
pretty
you.
cool.
That would not be fun. Okay. All right.
I digress from my bird talk.
Yeah. Okay. I get it though. I think that the timing thing is definitely that's definitely something that is worth keeping in mind.
I'd rather get a margarita at the stand next to it.
Yeah. Well, you can have a margarita either way afterward. You just have to. It's like going to the doctor and getting a shot and then getting a lollipop
Then you
afterward.
give you a lollipop.
You get your margarita after you go on one of these rides.
I earned
shows.
the margarita post Kali River Rapids. Got it.
Okay. We have 2 more questions.
Okay.
And, our time is pretty good as
Yeah.
far as how we usually like to do it. So you either can go for rope drop or you can stay until close.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Animal Kingdom rope drop is the best of all the rope drops. We have talked about it before in our Ideal Day in Animal Kingdom episode. And so catch that if you have not before. It is amazing.
And if I could just briefly jump in again, when I say stay until close, I mean to see like Pandora at night or like Tree of Life Awakenings. Like Animal Kingdom at night is spectacular.
Mhm.
So it's not like you're staying at night so you can like soak in every last thing and get
Right.
in all the extra things like you would do at like Hollywood Studios or Magic Kingdom. This is like, the beauty of Animal Kingdom at night
Right.
versus the cool effects of going for rope drop.
Exactly. So my logic here is when you get there in the morning, the sun is already up. You're not getting to see it in the morning in the dark. It doesn't open that early. Now, Animal Kingdom, I know it closes at 8 o'clock at this time of year. I'm assuming it closes around that time. And it actually, I think, even closed a little earlier last time we were there during COVID. But that being said, because the park closes so early, if you don't stay till the end, you might not even get to see it completely in the dark. So you won't
That's
even
true.
get to soak in some of these things.
That's true.
So,
I think if you go during like the fall or winter, you have a better shot, right?
right.
Yeah.
But even this time of year, if you go all the way up until 8 o'clock, it's just going to be kind of like dusk, right? Like
Mhm.
the sun will not even be completely down.
Yeah, that's true.
So staying all the way until close at 8 o'clock, you would at least get to see Pandora and the bioluminescence.
Yes.
You would still get to see the Tree of Life Awakenings, like you
Mhm.
mentioned.
It's not going to be like as crazy, but you'll still see it. right?
Correct. But you could ride the Kilimanjaro Safari at dusk,
Yeah, it's true.
which
That's totally
is
true.
one of the biggest things that we try to tell people when they go to Animal Kingdom is if you can swing it, do the safari ride sometime in the morning
Yeah.
and sometime when it's getting dark because
Right.
you'll see different animals and different animals will be active.
Different animals will see you.
Correct?
Yeah.
So I think as much as I love rope drop at Animal Kingdom, I don't want to sacrifice missing Animal Kingdom as the sun's going down because there's really nothing like
Yeah.
that. It's
Well,
so spectacular.
And then like you've got the sunset behind Everest,
beautiful.
Pandora. Yeah, I would rather like just to get straight to it. I would rather stay until close as well. Rope drops are fine, but I don't really like being in crowds, and you definitely are going to deal with crowds of people trying to all get in at the same time to do whatever they're going to do, and ride whatever they want. So yeah, I think that I certainly am with you. That I think staying at dusk is a preferred option in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the last one. Are you ready for the last one?
I have a feeling I know what's coming because there's something you haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned the cavalcades on the water. I haven't mentioned Dinoland, USA.
Yes, you did. We
Well,
replaced it.
Yeah, but I haven't like mentioned going there.
Okay.
I haven't mentioned the Tree of Life. Besides, it's tough to be a bug.
And
Bug
the Awakenings.
Awakenings. I guess I have mentioned a lot of those things too.
See?
Bug. I haven't mentioned that it was supposed to have dragons there, but they forgot, so they were like, "We'll just leave the sign up anyway."
Lol.
Okay. One of them has to go, and I'm talking like indefinitely has to go.
Okay.
Okay. You want to just guess what I'm going to say?
One of them's going to be Flight of Passage.
Or Kilimanjaro Safari.
Steven.
You have to pick. One of them's going to get torn down because budget crisis or something, and you have to pick one for eternity. Now, here's part of it. I'm just going to even just like throw a second arrow at you. If you close down Kilimanjaro Safari, all those poor animals are going to be displaced, I'm sure.
No.
So, whereas the animatronics,
animatronics
and and animatronics and Avatar will just like, just shut down and be like, whatever, we're not alive anyway. This isn't Pinocchio, it's fine. So, what do you choose?
You're trying to sway my answer.
I'm not. I'm just having fun. We have fun here.
We do have fun here. Okay. Guys, these are my two favorite rides. Like top two.
Maybe like in Disney World entirely.
Not maybe, they are.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
They're 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And my ranking for them is 1, Flight of Passage.
Wow.
2, Kilimanjaro Safari. Now you're telling me that I have to give up one of them.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh, we're gonna go for the day and you don't get like one is going to actually be torn down. Like Bob Chapek is gonna like push the lever on the dynamite and get rid of it completely. So that is the dilemma you're faced with.
Okay, so though Flight of Passage ranks 1 in my book, Kilimanjaro Safari has been around since I've started going to
Since
Animal
the park
Kingdom.
opened, right.
Therefore, I can't even say the words. I can't even say the words.
You would get rid of Flight of Passage?
I'm gonna have to get rid of Flight of Passage.
Yeah. That's fine. This
No,
isn't
it's
hard
not
and fast.
fine.
This is just for funsies.
It's not fine.
No one's holding your feet to the fire on this.
You are.
Oh yeah, but that's my job, It's like, what do you do for a living? I talk on the internet,
All right. I think I know what your answer would be, but how hard is it for you?
It's really not hard for me at all because I could take or leave either one of them.
What?
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, like seeing aminals is fine, but I don't need to see them every time I go. That's why God created zoos. And like Flight of Passage is cool, but I don't like Avatar at all. So for me, it's like going on a ride of something I don't like to begin with. I don't know. Like it's just like it's just whatever to me.
Okay, but I do not even like Avatar. I had never seen the movie until we went to Pandora. Like I had only seen the movie because we were getting ready to go on our trip. So that meant nothing to me at all. There was no attachment to the movie. I wasn't like, wow, this is so cool to see this in real life because that movie was awesome. I do not care at all about the movie Avatar, but that ride, Flight of Passage, is the coolest ride I've ever been on. The views are spectacular once you get into like the showroom and you're on the ride vehicle and you feel like there's actually a winged creature that you are
Banshees,
riding.
Which is like, I mean, it's like the writer's room for. I don't want to be judgy, but Banshee is just such a weird name for a creature.
Well, but that actually is a creature, and like.
No, I understand that. It just seemed weird that that's what they, the Na'vi and the Banshee. Anyways, I get it though. When you mount your Banshee and then the screen turns on.
Well, and it feels like you're actually riding one, right?
Yeah.
Like you can feel its rib cage moving underneath of you, and then you feel like you're going up and down and fast, and then spoilers, you come up to the end, and it's the most beautiful scene I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if it was like you were riding a dactylian,
a what?
And you were going through like Chantapul or something, that'd be different.
What are those words?
A dactylian? It's a winged creature from Star Wars, and it's
okay.
So anyway, Like if you were doing that, that'd be a different story. I would love it.
What if it was Harry Potter and you were riding
Who-
Buckbeak?
Who? Oh, wait, who's this? No.
Buckbeak.
What's that? What's a buckbeak?
Huh.
What's that?
What is a buckbeak?
Yeah, what's that? Is that the broom?
Ah,
Is that the owl?
my heart hurts.
Oh,
It's
he's
like
like the
you've
griffin. He's
never
like
even-
the griffin thing, right?
It's Hagrid's pet bird from the third movie,
Okay.
Steven.
Anyways, yeah. So, it'd be like if I rode a dactylian, I'd be fine. But I don't know. It doesn't really stick to my ribs, as they say. Avatar. So I would have to get rid of that one, and I would stick around with probably with Kilimanjaro Safari. I just think it's a better experience overall.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know. I like it better.
So what if,
Mhm.
I'm going to flip this back to you.
Okay.
What if they kept the exact same ride mechanism for Flight of Passage
Mhm.
and did an overlay with something actually within the realm of Disney?
Right, like you go on a dactylian through Star Wars.
Okay, sure. But what if it was something you were not so attached to? Like, what if it wasn't Star Wars? What if it was something else Disney? Like
What if it was like
the
Zazu?
dragon from Onward.
What if it was like Zazu and you're flying through like Pride
Yeah,
Rock or something?
correct.
Which I don't think Zazu breathes that heavy.
No. What if it was like the dragons from Onward?
Yeah, I think if it was something different, I'd be okay with it.
If it was like Disney IP.
Yeah, I can't explain it. I just don't care about Avatar. And I don't want to be disrespectful to our friend of the show, James Cameron, but yeah, anyways, I would personally stick with Kilimanjaro. That would be my goal. That'd be the ride I want to stick with.
But in my scenario, how do you feel about the ride mechanism is basically my question.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I think that Soarin' is just as effective,
Okay.
personally.
Mm.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. I have to go ride it again, I think.
Mhm.
It just seemed, yeah, I have to go ride it again, I think, to really understand. Because we've been on it 2 times?
Well, we
Two
rode
times?
it.
We rode it twice in a day, I know that. So
We
we've
rode
been on
it twice in one day, and then
That's it. Oh, wait, you rode it a 3rd time.
I went again.
And I was like, see, that almost like explains everything. I was like, I'm good.
Right.
So, anyway. How would you think? Was that good? Did you like those?
Yeah.
So that was
those
the
were
last
great.
question. So,
Those were great. You did a great job.
thanks. All right. So, thank you guys for listening. This has been the Parks Academy, and this was our little fun this and that about Animal Kingdom. I loved lobbing hard questions at Paige about what she had to get rid of in her precious park. But we had fun. And as opposed to our last this or that, we laughed a whole lot less. So we still had a good time, but
Well,
it
that's
wasn't as
'cause-
out of control. My teeth were not clinked.
Because you didn't clink your teeth.
Right. Listen, guys, you can find us online at theparksacademypod.com. We're on Instagram over at the Parks Academy. We released some really fun shirts called the Class of series. And we have 6 total t-shirts, one for each park in Florida, as well as Anaheim. And they are really fun. Go check those out. If you want to order one, you can get 20% off any order. It's not even just your first order. So 20% off any order you get with TPA20. TPA20 is the coupon code for that. And you can find those on our website at theparksacademypod.com. We're also on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, kind of wherever. So if you want to follow us and see what we're up to, we would really appreciate it. As always, I'm Steven. Oh my goodness. I'm Steven. And my beautiful wife, Paige, is the co-host. I don't know why I even threw that in. I never do that. But we really thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you next time.